FM, Clinton. And this is GJRB Online on Clinton, Iowa. It's 1 minute past the hour of 12 o'clock noon Central Daylight Time here in Spreakerland, USA. And it is now 12:02. Actually, 12:02 Central Time right now. It's 11:02 in Mountain Time and 10:02 in Pacific, 9:02 in Alaska. I'm Gary J. Resson, GJRB Online News on the Hour. Let's take a look at some of the news we're covering for you this morning. Some of the top news, though, comes out of that story out of Paris, France, where yesterday a bad fire at the cathedral. That fire, now details from Reuters TV.
From Reuters TV. From Reuters TV, here are today's top stories. A prayer in Paris for the Notre Dame Cathedral.
The redacted Fuller report will debut on Thursday.
House Democrats go after Trump's finances. This is Reuters Now. A prayer for the Notre Dame in Paris as thousands watch smoke engulf the iconic cathedral. These are some of the first images to appear from inside the Parisian landmark. Flames consumed the cathedral early on Monday evening, made all the more tragic for Christians during Holy Week as they prepare for Easter. Firefighters say the blaze is now under control after an 8-hour battle against the flames. Police sources told Reuters that for now it's assumed to have been an accident. Onlookers gasped in shock as the fire brought down the cathedral's iconic spire, quickly followed by its entire roof. Reuters correspondent Lee Thomas was at the scene.
So I was just speaking to a Parisian lady who is saying that this cathedral has seen war, it's seen revolution, and yet now on just an average day in the middle of a work week, it catches fire and suffers the worst damage it's probably ever seen.
French President Macron said it's part of France's destiny to rebuild the 8 centuries-old cathedral, a project which he says will take years. International fundraising kicked off on Tuesday. The building's main stone structure escaped complete destruction, along with some of its religious relics and priceless artwork. Some of its bronze statues had already been removed last week as the cathedral underwent planned restoration work. The Vatican called the Notre Dame a symbol of Christianity and said it was praying for the firefighters. One was seriously injured in the blaze. So far, that's been the only reported victim of the tragedy.
And one European billionaire says that he's going to put a lot of money, a lot of millions toward the reconstruction of that structure. Meanwhile, in other news today, in other news, says the stupid tablet decides it's going to give me my news. I hate when this thing happens. It's supposed to give me my news, and then it goes black. But anyway, there's a measles outbreak, as you will know. There's been that story across the USA. Measles outbreak started in New York, and looking for that story right now, and it's not. Oh, here we go. There are measles outbreak. Number one cases in the U.S. has jumped to the highest point in a quarter century, with more than 110,000 cases worldwide, and they have reported over the first 3 months of the year in the World Health Organization. And the measles are considered to be eliminated, were considered eliminated in the U.S. in 2000, but the number of cases have surged in recent years. Experts blame the rise on anti-vaccination movement. And so an order forces anyone, there's an order right now which is forcing anyone with measles in Rockland County to stay home for 21 days, according to a report from the from Dr. Patricia Shanambol Rappaport from the Health Commissioner, Rockland County, New York, which is announced a new effort to contain the outbreak. Anyone unvaccinated has a laboratory confirmed case of measles has been identified. The health investigation is also expected that the measles are exposed to measles is under 18 and is issued an order to stay home for up to 21 days. Rupert is her name. Rupert said that children will have proof of vaccination and immunity of exemption form on the file at the school child care facilities is ordered to attend. Parents and guardians are responsible for minors. Failure to comply with this, $2,000 per day. So the measles outbreak, and it started in New York. And so far I don't know exactly all the more details other than that. But they're saying that pretty nasty situation there. Meanwhile, the story coming out of the news, though, lately has been the story about the Mueller report. The Mueller report right now is going to be released on Thursday, and some of the Democrats would like to see more of that Mueller report than what's being released. And we'll have all that details coming up throughout the afternoon, throughout the day here on GJRB Online. It's 12:08 Central Time, Central Daylight Time. It is 10:08 Pacific. Another update coming up in just about 20 minutes or so. Gary J. Russin, GJRB News, with this news update. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.mewe.com. That's MEWE. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land. Coast to coast and way out there, fans. Listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific. On Spreaker, on Periscope, and on D-Talk Radio Network. The blues, the primary start to rock and roll music. The music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more. The doors open soon to the Blues House on GJRB. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Gary J in the Morning here on GJRB Online. And we're going to do another 50 minutes of non-stop Spreaker music, non-stop favorites, and talk and music and good stuff. 5 songs in a row, back-to-back. New music all the time right here on Spreaker on GJRB. Some of the songs you're going to hear include this one. Yeah. This is a fabulous group called Young Mister. They got a good song. You're going to hear that coming up. Yeah. It's a good one. Anybody out there, a good one, you're going to hear that one coming up here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And, of course, got some more great music coming up. Stay with me here on GJRB Online for some of the best music on the radio here on Spreaker across America. Here on GJRB Online, and of course, let's see, what else do we have here? I'm going to go to my oldies. I'm going to go in there, pull that up. Okay, oldies. Okay, early 70s. Pull that up. Let's see. We're going to pull up these 2 really good ones. These songs coming up, including the one I promised you. Yeah, his birthday was recently. Hear a classic from Al Green on the way with Let's Stay Together. Yeah, I like that song. And, of course, a great 70s classic. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. George McRae. What happened to this guy? He's kind of like disappeared off the horizon. You'll be hearing George McRae coming up with a great song, Rock Your Baby, from the early 70s. All coming up and a whole lot more. So I hope you'll stay with me here on GJRB Online for some of this great music. And, of course, 50 minutes of non-stop music coming your way here on Spreaker across this great land of ours. So we're going to get started and roll it up here with all the great music. So keep it here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America. Non-stop hits, all your favorites. And we'll post some of your post here so see if there's anybody out there is listening. We need some live listeners out there. Come on, people. I know you're out there. Let's join me. We got some good music. Gary J in the Morning right here on Spreaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Yeah, let's get that music. Keep on going. Non-stop favorites, back-to-back. 50 minutes of non-stop music here on GJRB Online with Young Mister. Anybody out there? Is there?
something that I needed to say, but I couldn't find the words that day. It seemed the thoughts inside my head were sweet. Opened up my mouth only to change my feet. Is there nothing I can do to get my way again with you? Sweet enough, my time with you was sweet enough. Letting go won't happen yet. I haven't had enough. But I'll hide away. I'll hide away if that's what you want. Somewhere close by. I have a reason for everything I do. It doesn't seem to matter to you. Judge me if you will, and if the sentence is goodbye, I'll need another day or two. Figure out just why. Don't go away just now. What's the hurry anyhow? Don't go away. There's nothing I can do to get my way again with you. Is there nothing I can do to get my way again with you?
Yeah, anybody out there? And of course, great tune there for you before that. Actually, that is Sweet Enough. And that is fabulous tune. Of course, Gary J. Russell with you here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. Across America, Gary J. in the morning with 50 minutes of nonstop music and talk. Right on through here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And of course, posting all over Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Facebook. My lines are open. Call me up. Spreaker chat room. You can do that. Got a lot of good music here for you on GJRB Online. And love to hear you out there. We're going to throw in some country music now. Get some country in there. And while Weather on the Five's coming up. In 50 minutes of continuous music right here on GJRB. This is Melinda Johnstone, girl from Snowy River.
Happening to me. Snowy River, you've been a friend to me. I'd like to thank you gratefully. Snowy River, you're branded in my heart. You'll always be a part of me. Snowy River Festival was showing. Country folk had come from far and near, drinking, eating, have themselves a good time. Sound of country
new emerging artist by the name of Melinda Johnstone on GJRB Online, GJRB, your independent label station. Great song like that one, Fabulous Country. Got classic country to follow that. Give Melinda Johnstone a thrill of hearing her song play with the likes of them, like Willie Nelson, just a few minutes here on GJRB Online with, of course, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Speaking of rain, I'll just use that as a segue. We're having really some nasty weather out south of us right now. Down south, there's a storm tracking system that's going to be ejecting into the central and southern plains today. It's going to feature some igniting some multi-day severe storms all the way through with heavy rain events. Severe thunderstorms will range very large and damaging winds and hail and isolated tornadoes. And it'll concern today, then tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's big concern is going to be Texas and Oklahoma and along the Texarkana, Alabama, Louisiana. And we're going to watch your weather very closely. And, of course, keep heed to your local warnings, of course. I always say that all the time for people living down south. Keep heed to your local warnings because you can't play games with this stuff. It's not, this is weather that you don't want to play around with, folks. Meanwhile, taking a look at that Dallas, Texas right now. For you people listening in Dallas, Texas, expecting cloudy with a high of 77, though, with a chance of rain today. Rain all day in Dallas, Texas. Dayton, 63 degrees. And in Colorado Springs, Colorado, 53 degrees. Cincinnati, 75. We'll take a look at the weather on the fives coming up again next half hour. And we'll take a look at more of Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana's weather forecast for you. Weather on the fives, 25 and 55 minutes past the hour, right here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, across America and around the world. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening to across America on GJRB Online. Of course, keeping you on top of the news. This is our last news update for this hour, and that's going to do it. Just to let you know what's going on in the news. Well, that's not the one I'm looking for, right? So let's just get into this one. Here's some of the stories we're covering for you. Of course, the news that's happening. One billionaire in Europe is offering over 335 odd millions of dollars to help repair and rebuild Notre Dame Cathedral. We'll also talk about that story and also keep up with these stories this afternoon throughout your news center. Including the Mueller report. The redacted version is going to be released on Thursday, and some Democrats want that to be expanded out so that all the information is available. We'll have those stories and a whole lot more coming up close to the hour. Gary J. Russin, GJRB News with this half-hour update. Let's get back into more of that music. Yeah, here's Willie.
In twilight glow I see blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. And through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in a land that knows no parting. Blue eyes crying in the rain.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
The night don't feel like it used to, so I'm just trying to get used to this light in my eyes. Changed my mind. There's gotta be a reason for this feeling. I've got questions, but no one answers. The night don't feel like it used to, so I'm just trying to get used to this light in my eyes. Driving on that long main night, I'm just a wasting time. They tell me there's more than just being. Got no reason to believe them. The night don't feel like it used to, so I'm just trying to get used to this light in my eyes.
GJRB, your indie station.
Great song. GJRB Online on Spreaker. Wrapping up 50 minutes of non-stop music. Got another one coming up real soon here. Keep it here on GJRB Online. Let's get your songs in there. This is Gary Travis and Ace in the Hole.
You got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you need to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. If you're headed down a one-way street, and you're not sure that's the way you want to go. In money or love or all the above, have a little more than what you show. When life deals out a surprise, have a few surprises of your own. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you've got to have an ace in the hole. You've got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. You need to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play those cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Thank you. Welcome to All Stars. Thank you. Put it all on the line for just one roll. You got to have an ace in the hole. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you've got to have an ace in the hole.
Ha! Never know what you're going to do. You're going to get that ace in the hole. And that's Gary Travis on GJRB Online. Gary J. Russell with you. Gary J. in the morning. And we do this kind of weekly on a Tuesday morning in rotation with another Tuesday show we air, which is our Christian Rock Twin Spin Tuesday. I guess a Christian Rock and the new Christian Rock selection we played on Sunday night. It's absolutely fabulous. We're going to add it to our rotation here on our regular format because it's an absolutely great song with a great message. Got that coming up. We got some more good tunes. Got a lot of really neat stuff coming up as we'll have another 50 minutes of nonstop music, our last one probably pretty much for today, as we close out the Gary J. in the Morning Show. And, of course, we heard it every week here on GJRB Online. And, of course, next Tuesday we're going to be on in the afternoon. And we're going to have Gary, we're going to have the, let's see. Oh, yeah, Christian Rock. Twin Spin Tuesday. The Positive Rock Show, Twin Spin Tuesday, 3 hours straight of Christian rock music, back-to-back Christian rock hits, 2 songs from your favorite Christian rock artist next week here on GJRB Online. Speaking of the weekend, coming up this weekend here on GJRB, hope you'll tune in. We're going to be on the air Saturday with another Gary Russin program, Saturday Extra. And then on Thursday, I'm looking at a Gary Russin program. Thursday afternoon, looking at that at about 3 o'clock Central Time. There's possibility of some of this shows coming up. And next week it'll be 80s. We're gonna do our 80s, not flashback. We're gonna do 80s, rockin' 80s. Got that next week. We're gonna do some 80s hits and conclude the month with another Gary J. in the morning on, I believe, let's see, this month ends on a 30th. Yeah, this month ends on a Tuesday, April 30th. So next, that Tuesday, which would be the 30th, we're going to be doing another Gary J. in the morning to wrap up the month. So I hope you'll tune in for that. It's right here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. We bring you the best in music programming, great variety of stuff. And coming up next hour, 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music. And we're going to give you our regular program schedule. We're going to take a look at the GJRB Schedule Update podcast. Coming up, we'll talk about that. And also coming up, we're going to wrap up our show with... of course, what's on Spreaker, because tonight it's Ed Delgado in the Caramel Conservative program. That's right, tonight, 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 in the Pacific, 7:30 in the mountains,
mountains, and 8:30 here in Central Daylight, 9:30 in the East. And I'll tell you what, he's talking about moving his show back and be on the air earlier, which I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get in there. Probably have to be in the second hour if he does that. If he starts at 7 o'clock, we're going to try to get in there early. But he's on tonight, I guess 8:30, so we're going to go with that. Caramel Conservative, and we'll give you all the schedule coming up next on the GGRB schedule update, thing we do. Called What's on Spreaker. That's coming up next. I'm Gary J. Rusta. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the program. I'll be right back with more great music. This is GJR Broadcasting.